everyone, it's Lisa, just stitching, crafting, and Jesus. Today I have a fun and easy zipper pouch tutorial using printables from the Reset Girls' new Getaway collection. I'm so excited because today is my very first YouTube video ever. I'm even more excited because I'm going to show you how you can turn your Getaway Crafty Club Kit printables into fabric and sew a simple and useful zippered pouch. Here's a quick and easy pouch I made using 3 different printed Crafty Club Kit papers, some pieces from the decor sheets, and the washi and word strip download. Zippered pouches are great for all sorts of things. I packed mine with items I'm taking on a getaway to Napa Valley with my husband. Sunscreen, a flamingo face mask, of course, a pen, sunnies, mints, lip gloss, and my favorite essential oil, spearmint. Okay, if you're ready, let's get started. You're probably wondering how you're going to turn your printables into fabric. Easy! I use inkjet printing cotton. This is an amazing invention. It's basically sheets of fabric that fit into your printer. They have it for laser as well, but I have an inkjet printer, so I use this Jacquard brand. There's other brands out there, but this is just the pack that I typically buy, and I pick it up from Amazon. I don't really have a full service sewing store nearby, so I order a lot of my stuff on Amazon. But you go ahead and print your printables like normal, but on this paper instead, and it's paper on one side and cotton on the other. For your embellishments, these are the Getaway stamps, and then of course the Crafty Club and Faithful Club decor sheets. For these, we're going to use something even more exciting. This is a fusible cotton fabric. What's amazing about this is that when you print on it, it's just like this fabric, except for the back side has an adhesive on it. And so it's basically like you're creating a patch, okay? So you'll print any of the embellishments that you want on this, and you'll print the outside and inside fabric on this. And so when you're done, this is an example right here. See how it's shiny? See if I can catch some of that shine. This is basically an entire sheet of Faithful Life decor patches. I can iron this onto anything. I mean, the possibilities really are endless. Let's cover the supplies needed. For the outside of your pouch, you're going to need 2 pieces of 6x8 fabric, and for the inside of your pouch or the lining, you're going to need 2 6x8 pieces of fabric. You're also going to need 2 6x8 pieces of fusible fleece. Fusible fleece is going to offer some stability to your pouch, so it's not just one little thin piece of fabric. I use Heat and Bond fusible iron-on. Fusible fleece is really simple to use because one side has an adhesive on it, and when you apply it to the fabric and you heat it, suddenly it's part of the fabric, and so this is going to offer a lot of stability for the outside of our pouch. You're going to need a pair of scissors, some thread, and a bobbin filled to match. You can use pins, but I like to use Wonder Clips. These are Wonder Clips, so we don't have to pin our fabric, we just clip everything. And then of course you're going to cut out some of your favorite pieces of decor from the Getaway collection. Here's just a few I've cut out. If you want, you can also use a pair of pinking shears, like I did with the scooter rental image. It gives it a nice fun edge. Okay, let's move on to sewing. Okay, so once you've printed your images onto the fabric printables, then you're going to go ahead and cut these out, and these are exactly 6x8. So you just cut them out, and I've done that already to save time. So I have 2 pieces for my main fabric and 2 pieces for my lining. And then here is the fusible fleece that's going to go on the main fabric. What you want to do is you'll actually peel the paper off the back of the fabric. You just have to work the corner a little bit, and then you'll get that off. See? So this is trash, and then here's your fabric. To set the ink really on there, because you can actually wash this in cold water, you want to just give it a little press. easiest way to sew the zipper onto the pouch is with the zipper foot. If your machine doesn't come with one, that's okay, but mine does, so I'm going to go ahead and switch out the regular sewing foot for the zipper foot. It allows you to get really close to the zipper teeth, and so you have a nice tight stitch there at the opening of your pouch. Now we're going to go ahead and sandwich our pieces together before we sew. So you'll want to take your zipper and put it face down on one piece of your main fabric. Your main fabric should be face up. This zipper is obviously much longer than necessary, but that's okay. I'll show you later what we're going to do. So just center it and lay it face down on the edge. Next, you're going to take your lining fabric and you're going to put it face down on top of the back side of the zipper. So now we've created a little fabric sandwich, and we're going to pin or clip that in place. Again, I use Wonder Clips. Now we're going to take it to the sewing machine. Sewing with the zipper foot is really easy. We're just going to line up the zipper foot right next to the teeth of the zipper, as you see here, and we're just going to sew straight across. Now that we've sewn on the zipper on one side, before we do the other half, we're going to go ahead and press this so that we can do a top stitch. What we're wanting to do is to have it eventually like this. So we're going to go ahead and press this flat. We want to keep the fabric from the teeth. So when we're done pressing, we're going to do a stitch all the way across right here. Just going to go ahead and give this a good press. And then one more time on the back. You can't overpress when you sew. Pressing is the key to sewing. Okay, now we're ready to do the top stitch. Now we're ready to top stitch. I use the back part of the zipper foot as a guide that gets me in just a smidge away, so I have a nice, clean, finished stitch. Now we're going to sew the other side of your pouch to the zipper. So take your main piece of fabric face up, just like we did at the beginning, and then we'll take your zipper, pretend nothing is sewn to it, and we're just going to go ahead and put it face down. We're going to line these up on the edge, the zipper on the edge as close as possible, making like a little fabric sandwich again. Then we'll take the second piece of lining face down on top of the upside down zipper and go ahead and clip together our fabric sandwich. Now we're going to sew the zipper again, down just like we did the first time using our zipper foot. Remember, the key to a good sewing project is press, press, press. head back to the sewing machine and sew our second side top stitch. We've completed installing our zipper, so now we're going to put back on our standard sewing foot. If you're wanting to add any embellishments, now is the time. I'm using the bonus printable from the Reset Girl Getaway collection and some pinking shears. The pinking shears will give it a nice postage stamp finish. With a quick press of the iron, your patches are set, and then we're ready to move on assembling the pouch. To finish assembling our pouch, we're going to take your two main fabrics and put them same sides together, as well as the lining. You can go ahead and give a little finger press down the middle of the zipper to get everything nice and flat and lined up. Then we're going to go ahead and clip it with our Wonder Clips in place. We'll be sewing all the way around, being sure to leave a space open on the lining edge so that we can pull it right side out when we're finished. Don't forget, before you clip it closed, to unzip your zipper halfway or 3/4 of the way. You'll see later where I pause to unzip my zipper because I've realized I forgot to do that. It'll be impossible to turn your pouch right side out if you've sewn your zipper closed. I'm going to line up my foot, so I'm going to do a 1/4 inch seam, and that little line right in there, if you can see that, is a 1/4 inch seam. So if I just line my foot up all the way around, that'll give me a 1/4 inch seam. Continue sewing a straight stitch all the way around the other 3 sides of the pouch. Here's where I realized that my zipper was closed, so I paused for just a moment and I opened the other side and quickly unzipped the zipper a little bit past halfway. You'll notice that I've slowed down just a bit as I'm approaching the zipper. The reason is that sometimes it can be a little bit bulky, so if you go slow, you can go ahead and get that needle through that thick part. Don't forget that you don't want to sew past the red clip. So I'm just sewing a straight stitch here and then a little double back stitch to secure it in place. After you've checked that your pouch is sewn all the way around, you just want to snip off the excess zipper. It's that easy. Okay, now that we've sewn all the way around and we left a little hole here so that we can turn it right side out, that's exactly what we're going to do. Okay, so we get to this part and you want to like unzip this. I use just a plain old simple chopstick to poke out the corners. After you turn your pouch right side out, you just want to give it a really good press. You'll take the opening and fold it in on each side a little 1/4 inch, just a little smidge. You'll line it up and then we're going to do a straight stitch right down that opening, so I press it really well. Now that we've closed up our little opening, I'm just going to go ahead and tuck the lining back into the pouch. I usually do a little finger press along the zipper edge right there on one side, and then I flip it over and do it on the other. Then simply zip your pouch closed and voila! You've turned your Reset Girl Getaway Collection printables into a fun and simple zipper pouch. I hope you enjoyed my first ever YouTube tutorial, and if you did, drop a like, subscribe for more creative stitching, crafting, and Jesus.